Get out. Leave this place.
Hey, I paid good money for this house, and I'm not leaving. Besides, what are you gonna do about it? Okay. Hey, stop. This is not funny. Stop. Stop being possessed. As now owner of this house, I command you to respect my authority. I command you to stop now. What the hell? Don't stop now. You gotta get out. Okay, get out.
Rarely does a series like Resident Evil come along to instill creepy chills and suspenseful fun that redefines horror for a generation of gamers. That's why I'm counting down my top 10 favorite villains from this beloved franchise of mine. Now take note that this is my personal list and not what I consider to be as facts, so don't freak out if you don't agree with the list. With that said, let's get this thing started. Number 10. The Zombies. Despite the array of creatures and villains in the series, Resident Evil wouldn't be what it is today if it wasn't for the zombies and busting a cap all over their asses on a massive scale. Let's face it, we play Resident Evil for a lot of reasons, but the main one all the time is to simply fulfill our sadistic need to kill zombies. And why the hell not? It's fun. The zombies in Resident Evil made zombies in general fun and cool again, and let's not forget all the suspense they brought to the games. They may have been slow moving, but they completely made up for it by attacking in large numbers, cornering you time and time again, and being overall creepy in every sense of the word. Whether they run or walk, the zombies will always be a staple of the Resident Evil franchise. Number 9. The Zombie Dogs. Damn these frustrating dogs! Fewer creatures in the series managed to give me a harder time than the zombie dogs, but that's where you have to give them credit. The zombies were slow moving, so they were easy to avoid, so Capcom fixed that by creating an undead creature that can chase you with ease quickly. These zombie dogs would jump out of the darkness, chase you, and made it a nightmare protecting that little girl in Resident Evil 2. They were a quick and vicious balance that made it all the more challenging. Number 8. The Lickers. Remember how I said that few creatures gave me a harder time than the zombie dogs? Well, these guys are some of those few creatures. The Lickers are a main staple of the franchise and a dreadful one if you don't watch your step. With extreme speed and size on their side, they are not to be messed with. Not to mention that they are hard to take out and can quickly cause huge amounts of damage with little effort. To make things worse, they can strangle you to death in Resident Evil 5, making these already strong creatures even stronger. I mean, they are the reason why I carry rocket launchers in sections filled with them, and I do that for a good reason. If you're going to fight these fucks, you better be packing. Number 7. William Birkin. My god, now I know where Nemesis got his undying fetish to chase people. William Birkin has to be one of the most interesting and scariest villains of the entire franchise. He starts out as a doctor wanting to simply do good with the G-Virus, but after taking more gunshots than 50 Cent, Birkin injected himself with the G-Virus, turning himself into a monstrosity with God only knows how many malformations. I mean, I'm serious too. The guy constantly mutated into something worse with each encounter, and he chased your ass down like a madman on a mission. The guy easily can trap you in a corner, and getting hit by him one too many times is not a good idea if you wanted to live. William Birkin truly set the standard for monsters on a never-ending chase that would soon come to the near future. Number 6. The Tyrant. Now we're starting to get to the bigger players of the series. Tyrant is famous for being the first horrifying main boss. Dormant for a good part of the game, Tyrant possesses no threat to anyone until Wesker releases him, resulting in his death, new form, your manhunt, and the death of many of your teammates. Towering over you with good height, this walking corpse experiment is no one to fuck with. He tends to slowly come at you, but randomly dashes at you without much warning, and dodging is essential unless you want to die quickly. Bastard is also persistent as he will follow you for a good long time before you're done with him. To boot, he can now grab and choke you in Resident Evil The Umbrella Chronicles, so being cautious with this guy is more important than ever. Tune in to the next episode as I wrap up my list of the top 10 greatest Resident Evil villains.